and today I wanted to share with you guys my near-death experience in Utah recently and all the horrible, crazy shenanigans that conspired. Alright, let's get into it. So pretty much this story, it's gonna have a lot of characters, so I kind of want you guys to just follow along. It has like, I want to say like 6 or 5 of us. So there's my friend Wizard Kelly, Oscar, Sticky, Uncle Bobby, Penny, and me. So I think there's a total of 6 of us. Yeah, there's a total of 6 of us. Alright? And so the 6 of us, we decide, hey, you know what'd be so dope? I've never been like snowboarding before, and I was like, it's on my bucket list, like let's do it. Like I want to be a professional snowboarder at some point. Why not start now, you know? And so we were like, we'll go on the middle of March, I think, or something like that. Or was it February? I have no perception of time. We decided that we were gonna go. So before the trip happens, you know, I'm the type of girl who likes details. I like to get ahead of the curve, you know, so I know what's gonna happen before it happens, so I can accurately plan for it. You know, your outfits, what you bringing, what you ain't gonna bring, what you gonna need, what you ain't gonna need. Like, I like to do things ahead of schedule. Who wouldn't? Let me just give you a little background for the people that I am going with. So Wizard Kelly, he's been a best friend of mine since I can remember. We've been homies for as long as the day is long. Is that a saying? But anyway, he's in the military. I want to say he's in the army. Don't quote me. And then there is Penny, and Penny is used to be one of my old roommates. She's also a really good friend of mine. And then there is Sticky, Oscar, and Uncle Bobby. These 3 are friends themselves, and I recently was talking to Oscar, and you know, we had made this cool little friendship dynamic, and we wanted that dynamic to go into the woods, into a cabin somewhere, so we can go snowboarding, right? And so these 3, they were also in the military. They were in the Air Force, right? 2 girls and a bunch of military dudes. So this trip, we decided that we were gonna go to Utah, and we were gonna stay up in the cabin somewhere, and it would be like a lodge kind of a situation or a cabin situation. That wasn't really specific. But Uncle Bobby, he was the one who suggested that we go on the trip because, you know, he's been snowboarding before, and then Penny, she's been snowboarding before, and then Wizard Kelly, he came in last minute to the group, and he also had been snowboarding before. So it's like 3 people who more or less know what they're doing out of the other 3. So it was Uncle Bobby that was saying that he would get the cabin for us, and we would just have to pay him back. And so we kept asking him, yo, is it like a lodge resort, or is it like an Airbnb? Like, what is it? Where is it? How much is it? And for some reason, Uncle Bobby refused to give us that information. Like, I put it in the group chat, no response. Someone else put it in the group chat, no response. And we're supposed to be leaving like that weekend. Like, it was the week prior to us leaving, and we still didn't have that information. We just knew how much money we each would owe him by the time we left. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll just step out on faith, you know, step out on faith. Uncle Bobby, he wouldn't do us wrong, you know. Fast forwarding, it's the day that we're leaving, and we're figuring out our car situation. Now, Sticky and Oscar, they both live in the same general area because of their employment, and so they came together. Everybody met at my house. Last minute, Uncle Bobby said that his job called him in, and he needed to stay at work later into the day. We were planning on leaving at 6 a.m. and Uncle Bobby said that he wouldn't be off of work until 1 in the afternoon. So he was like, you know what, it's fine, I'll just drive myself and I'll meet you guys up at the cabin in Utah. You know, we're gonna go up there to Brian Head, and we're gonna have a great time, this, that, and the third, because that's where we were planning on snowboarding. This whole time we've been talking about going up to Brian Head in Utah and lodging somewhere near there so we can snowboard at Brian Head. Last minute, he couldn't come to my house to meet us, so now it's just Sticky, Oscar, rolling up to my house in Sticky's car. Sticky's car was like a huge, like, truck kind of a car, but like with a back. I don't know cars like that, but it was like a 4-wheeler big kind of a car, and it was big enough to put all of our snowboarding boards and boots and gear in the back of his car. And Penny was the other driver. Her car is like one of those small little hamster cars, like, you know, those cute little box cars. Hers was that. So we decided the driving arrangement, it would be Sticky and Oscar because they know each other best, and then Wizard Kelly, me, and Penny in Penny's car. And then we would just carry like our small like suitcase kind of stuff, and they would carry the bulk of everything. That's why no one else could fit in their car. Now before we left, we decided that we were gonna go grocery shopping so we can cook up there, because we thought that there'd be like some kind of way for us to cook inside the lodge or wherever we're staying, because at this point we still don't know. But we were like, we'll just get a couple things, you know, like to cook breakfast and dinner, da da da. Stop by the grocery store, da da da, get all of our stuff. It's a lot of bags, so we throw it inside of Sticky's car. And now we're about to leave, but then last minute, you know, we were like, let's, you know, stop by Big Five, the sporting place, so we can see if Penny can pick up a couple more items, because her gear was in storage. So she was like, yeah, I kind of want to just go get some stuff just in case, because she was originally going to rent stuff from the lodge. We'll get into that. We go to Big Five. She picks up, you know, necessities like headgear, some gloves, and she was set. She was set more or less. Now me, however, this was not going to be a favorite pastime of mine. I already knew that, so I more or less was just like,
hey, Wizard Kelly, is your girlfriend who also be out there snowboarding with you all the time? Would she mind if I borrow her stuff and give it right back? Cause
I really can't afford to be paying for all this. We in college. And thank goodness Wizard Kelly's girlfriend, she's the sweetest girl I know, and she was like, yeah, that's fine. And I was like, yes. So, you know, I just borrowed all of her stuff, and so now Penny has her stuff, I have my stuff, Wizard Kelly has his stuff, and the Oscar and Sticky, they borrowed gear from their job because they got benefits like that. Anyway, so now we have our groceries, we have our gear, and we are headed out to Bryant Head, where we finna go. You know, at this point we are pretty late in the game, like we stay late. At this point it's nowhere near 6 a.m. I want to say it's almost like 12, like we might as well have waited for Uncle Bobby, but we're like, you know, we're gonna head out onto the road and we're just gonna at least go to Bryant Head. Even though we don't know what address we're going to, he said we're gonna be in proximity of Bryant Head, so if we just get there, maybe, you know, we can figure it out from there. So off bat, Wizard Kelly, he was like, well, I've been snowboarding plenty of times, like I know how to get to Bryant Head like the back of my hand. It started off where Penny was driving her car, and Wizard Kelly was in the passenger seat, I was in the back, and we were driving up there, and Sticky and Oscar were following in their car behind us. Fast forward, we get there, and at this point, it's getting pretty dark. Like the sun is starting to set, da 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 da, and we're going up this long mountain to get up to Bryant Head. We're going. Halfway up the mountain, we're trying to contact Uncle Bobby and say, yo, we are at Bryant Head right now. Just send us the address of the lodge, cabin, wherever we stand, because we need to get there. We're trying to get there before the sun goes down. And then he's not responding to us. He's not responding to us for a while, and then finally, lo and behold, Uncle Bobby, he sends us an address. We type it into our GPS, and the GPS says that we are an hour and 20 minutes away from the cabin. What? How? You said we were staying in close proximity. An hour and 20 minutes is not close proximity, fam. So we're like, oh my goodness. So we start going on the journey. It's telling us to continue going up the mountain to get to this cabin. So we're like, all right, fine. We're driving, we're going. We see like the lodge, like the main Bryant Head lodge that we thought that we would be staying at. We see cabins side to side, but none of them are ours, and we're just like, okay. All of a sudden we come into a dead end. It said road closed. It was something snow related. I grew up in the desert. These things aren't familiar to me. Pretty much it was saying that the snow that was on the ground, like the hills and mountains of snow, the wind was picking up Like, it was very windy, and the wind was picking up towards your car, so you couldn't really see anything. Terrifying. I know. They blocked off the mountain and said that you couldn't go up any higher because the weather would just get worse. And so we were just like, but our GPS won't reroute us. Like, this is the only avenue it's giving us is to continue up this mountain. I have no idea what to do. We double back and we go back down, halfway down the mountain, back to the lodge that we passed earlier. And we get out the car, you know, we're like, let's regroup, let's go into the lodge, see if we can find something to eat, you know, let's talk about it. All of us collectively go into the lodge, use the bathroom, and we like see one of the waiters that's there, and we're like, hey man, you know, asking him questions about the weather, if this is normal, about the roads, if they open back up, this, that, and the third. And so we're like, what do? We only know one way to get to this cabin, and that way is closed. We call Uncle Bobby. And we're like, yo, Uncle Bobby is saying that we're still like an hour and some odd minutes away, and there's only one way for us to get there. Like, what should we do? Where are you at? This, that, and the third. Uncle Bobby was like, where are you? We're like, Bryant Head, what do you mean? He was like, why are you at Bryant Head? That's dumb. That's mad dumb. Why are you at Bryant Head? I don't get that. I don't get that. Our cabin is nowhere near Bryant Head. What you mean? What you mean? What you mean that it's nowhere near Bryant Head? These words are unfamiliar to me, because what we discussed is that we would be snowboarding at Bryant Head and staying near Bryant Head. So what do you mean? What do we mean? How sweat? The fact that he hit us with the that's mad dumb, like, why are you there? Okay, Uncle Bobby. Okay, Uncle Bobby. Because when I said earlier in the week, yo, what's the address? And you didn't send nothing to nobody, preventing this confusion. Okay, Uncle Bobby. He was like, you're gonna have to come back all the way down this snow-capped mountain and start your journey again to find a different route through Google Maps. And we were like, okay. So we asked our waiter if he can get our food to go. Right before we left, Uncle Bobby called us back. And Uncle Bobby was like,
y'all ain't never gonna guess what happened.
Don't start a conversation like that, especially if we already ain't sturdy, you know? Don't start a rocky conversation on a rocky situation. We were like, what's up? What's going on? And he was just like,
I'm stuck.
What do you mean you're stuck? Like, you're stuck in the snow, you can't go nowhere, like, you ran out of gas, like, your engine failed, like your tire flat, like, what you mean you stuck? He's just like,
I'm stuck.
Okay. He's
like, you guys are gonna have to come pick me up from this spot. I'm exactly a mile away from our cabin, so you guys will see me on your way to the cabin.
And we were like, alright fam, we on our way. But so you know, we won't get to you until an hour. And he was like,
for real? Are we serious? Are we serious? An hour?
And we were like, Uncle Bobby, Uncle Bobby, keep playing with me. Keep playing with me, Uncle Bobby. Yes, an hour. Because of you, Uncle Bobby, an hour. You will be waiting in these snow-capped mountains for an hour. Anyway, so we got back, we were like headed back outside, and all of a sudden, the weather started getting crazy. Snow, ice, we are nowhere near prepared. When I say we look like outsiders, we were sitting here just wearing regular clothes. Regular clothes, weren't ready for none of this. Like, I mean, this is looking like a blizzard. Like, this ain't no game. We sitting here looking like amateurs, running to the car, trying not to die, slipping on patches of ice. It was a mess. Honey, we were a mess. A mess. It's a mess. So we're inside our car. We're going back down the mountain. We head on this long journey just to get to the cabin. At this point, sun is gone. No sun at all. It is nighttime, child. It's, I want to say, like 7:40. Like, sun is gone. Almost 8 o'clock. And we're driving. I'm looking to the left. I'm looking to the right. Outside looks like a wasteland, like a scene from Game of Thrones. Winter is no longer coming because it's here. I mean, it was just dark snow just everywhere. I was just shook, low-key shook. Like our car started sliding. We're inside this itty bitty little box car, no chains, no 4-wheel drive. Don't know what 4-wheel drive is, to be completely honest. I was raised in the desert. We're driving and I want to say like we're halfway there. And we keep texting Uncle Bobby inside the group chat saying, hey, drop your location.
Send me your location, let's focus on communicating.
How are we supposed to find your location if you don't drop your location? And so he was like,
oh, hold on.
We're like, okay. Yo, drop your location.
Oh, hold on.
Hold on for what? Hold on for why? It takes this long to drop your location. You don't want to be rescued. Deep down, you don't want to come out of this alive. I know. He finally dropped his location and we're like, okay, cool. We're gonna be there in like 20 minutes, give or take. And now we're starting to see cabins and stuff, like people may live here type of thing. And we're going up this pathway, kind of starting to get up to going up mountainish thing. As we're going, we see like the first stop, it's like this thing called like True Value and one-stop shop, pick up something. And I think that was the place where like people that lived around the residency, they picked up their mail. Like it was like the place to go, that corner store. So we kept on driving, and we see that we're almost to him at this point. Like we're like 8 minutes away. And so at this point, the road we're on, it's supposed to be a 2-way, but child, when I say we driving in the middle of that, like the snow was so close in. So we're driving, and then we come to a fork in the road. At this point, the fork in the road, it told us, our GPS told us to take the left side. It told us to go that way. That was the way to Uncle Bobby. That was the way to our salvation. That was the way for me to take a shower and go to sleep after this long day, okay? And then we had no idea what was to the right. In the middle of this fork in the road, right? Penny's car gets stuck. Like, we cannot get any traction to save our lives to go up this pathway. And our car literally starts like sliding closer and closer to the walls of the snow. Behind us, we still have Sticky, Oscar. And we're like, oh crap, what do? We're stuck. Super cold outside, pitch black outside. What do we do? Now, something I love about Wizard Kelly, time and time again, adversity after adversity, he has been thinking, okay? He has not let me down thus far. He's been driving, he's been figuring out ins and outs and what we doing. Situation was no different. Wizard Kelly, he was like, we can't go forward, but guess what? We sure can go backwards. So here we are, driving in reverse down a street that's supposed to be a 2-way street. There's only one narrow pathway, so now it's a 1-way street. We're driving backwards, and Sticky and Oscar see us, so they like go off as far as to the side as they could. And so at this point, we're side by side, car by car next to them, and we're like, yo, Sticky and Oscar. Now Sticky's personality, the one with, it's his car, his personality was just that, yeah, that's cool. No matter what we had to go through, no matter what, he was always sitting here like, yeah, alright, cool. You gotta love Sticky. And then Oscar was Oscar. So we're side by side with them and we're like, yo, you know how we've been all following Uncle Bobby's location? It's in the group chat. We can't get up this mountain. It is now up to Sticky and Oscar, who are a dynamic duo. I wouldn't trust them with much. But it's up to you to go save Uncle Bobby's life. And they're like, oh, okay, yeah, we got you. And we're like, Sticky, do you got this? Your car, it's bigger, it should be able to get over the snow. Like, you should be good. You got this? And here's, you know, Sticky. Yeah, got this. We're like, alright, let's reverse. So we're reversing at this point. Beep, 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 beep. Let Sticky and Oscar go ahead of us. And, you know, they're going. All of a sudden we see them going off to the right. And we was like, like, I thought you had said that you had followed the GPS that was inside the group chat, so why are you going over to the right? And to the left. To the left, to the left. Where are you going? So we immediately called them. We're just like, fam, where are you going? It said go to the left. They're like, oh, my bad. See, this whole time we wasn't actually like on our GPS. We was just like following y'all. So what? So they double back, I guess. I don't know. At this point, we found like a smooth little place for us to make like a little U-turn so we could flip back. We're driving the opposite direction. Apparently, they like flipped back what they could, and they started going up the left pathway of the fork in the road. At this point, Wizard Kelly, Penny, and I are driving back towards that True Value little corner store because we saw that they had like 5 parking spaces, and there was like 1 car already parked in there. So we were like, okay, maybe they're open. You know, this 1 car that's here, like maybe, you know, they're inside of there. Da, da, da. So we go back, we park there. Penny, Wizard Kelly, they had to pee really, really bad. So they're like, you know what, I'm gonna go into the True Value place and the corner store, and I'm gonna go in there and see if they are selling things like hot chocolate, coffee, anything, or if they have a bathroom. Go up to the door, chick-a-chick, locked. They locked. It's closed. It's like at this point, it's like 8:40. Like it's kind of late, I guess. And so they're like, man, we really had to pee. Da 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 da. Wizard Kelly looks at Penny and he's like,
well, I haven't peed this. Peace. I'm gonna go pee.
and we were just like, whatever. Wizard Kelly went off to the side of the darkness of the woods. Easiest way to die, in my opinion. And he goes to the bathroom. And so now it's just Penny and me inside of her car. And all of a sudden, the car that was parked there, the whole time we passed up to go up to the fork in the road and came back, the car that was next to us, all of a sudden I see like someone moving around in the car. And I'm starting to be real uneasy. I'm just like, it's nighttime, near woods, in a place we don't know. We're this close to death, and now all of a sudden there's a stranger in their car next to us trying to like do some weird stuff. And so me and Penny are like, through our windows, because their windows are tinted. And all of a sudden, like, the door comes out and the person gets out of their car and we're squinting our eyes. Fam, tell me why it was Uncle Bobby.
Truth is I'm tired, options are few, I'm trying to...
What? What? How are you here right now? Why are you sitting right here in this cozy little parking space while people are going up mountains and forks in the roads, almost dying, trying to get to you who's supposed to be already dead in the snow somewhere? Does this show at the location you pinned? How? When? Who? What? When? Where? Why? How? How are you here right now? I'm the first one, got off the car super quick. Yo, Uncle Bobby, what you doing here? You supposed to be dead in the snow somewhere because people are risking their lives out there trying to get you. Why are you here? And he was just like,
yo man, like, I sent you guys the second location in the group chat.
If you guys sent 2 locations, I don't know if it was me, I would double check to make sure people are using the right location. Or I'd add some kind of caption, text message, in context to the second location. Say, hey, I'm moving locations. Disregard the first one, only focus on the second one. That's me. And every other reasonable person on the face of the planet, probably. But anyway.
like, I sent a second location. Some guys helped me push my car back to this little parking area. And the guy who worked here earlier, he told me that it was okay for me to park my car here because I got a flat tire. That's how I got stuck. He said that I could come get my car in the morning, this, that, and the third. Next thing we know, ring, Sticky and Oscar call us and they're like, yo, we just tried to go up to the left side. Impossible. Our car is way too big to go up that itty bitty narrow arrow of a steep pathway up there. There's no way. There's no way. The big car behind us also had to reverse out because our cars were slipping. It was super, super dangerous. We had to come back. We're on our way back now. We have no idea how we're gonna get to Uncle Bobby. He's our good friend. What are we gonna do? You know what, fam? Don't even worry about it, because Uncle Bobby's sitting next to us right now. Oscar was like, can he hear me? Am I on speaker? Hello? And we were like, yes, Oscar. He was like, I hate every part of you, Uncle Bobby. Remember that. Funny. Anyway, they get back. So now it's 3 of our cars sitting in this destitute parking space. Penny's car can't get past the fork in the road because her car can't get traction. Uncle Bobby's car has a flat tire. It's not going nowhere. And Sticky's car is too huge to get up that itty bitty steep narrow pathway, the only direction that Google Maps is telling us we can go to get up to our destination. So what do we do? What do we do, fam? What do we do? I don't know what they did, but I started praying. I started praying immediately. Wizard Kelly was like, so I'm not down for sleeping in nobody's car and nobody's below 0 degrees. Like, that's not an option for me. And I was like, second the motion, okay? We pretty much decide our only option is to walk a mile up a mountain to a destination. We have no idea where it is at night in the midst of a semi-blizzard of snow, obviously. In our snow gear with our belongings. So here we are sitting here putting on like our snow jackets, like everything we brought to strictly go snowboarding, we're now putting on our bodies. Like I'm talking full throttle. We're putting on the like thermals, we're putting on the snow pants, we're putting on snow socks, we're putting on snow boots, like the 9. When I say I walked up like this right here, this how I look right here. It was warm though. For the first time all day I felt warm. I was scared, but I was at least warm. Here we are getting all this stuff together, and we were like, oh, you know, we should grab the things that we need for the night and the morning, as well as like a couple of like the groceries that we can get out of here, like, cause you know we had like milk, we had eggs, like we had stuff we needed to get out. Getting our luggages as well as groceries. We had so much stuff to carry, so we were trying to figure out what was important, what wasn't important, and we were trying to slim everything down into like our luggages and make bags and bags, and we were trying to think strategically. You see what I'm saying? Penny, strategically. Wizard Kelly, strategically. Your girl, strategically. You feel me? Tell me why Oscar, with the most serious demeanor and face and just as serious he could be, was like, hey y'all, we can't forget the Nerf guns. What? What'd you say? Did you say Nerf gun? Did you say the Nerf gun? The toy Nerf gun? Fam, I can't. Our lives are at risk, at stake, in danger, and you don't want us to forget the Nerf guns? That's not real life. That's not real life. Serious as day and night. Serious as the situation we're in. Serious as death. As serious as death. He was like, no, we need to bring the Nerf guns. Earlier we planned to have a Nerf war. Cool. That's fine. Those are fun. Great. I'd rather eat. I'd rather have clothing. Okay? I'd rather be warm. We don't need no Nerf guns, fam. We don't. But he was still trying to make it work. Somebody get him. Somebody go get Oscar, because I ain't the one. I ain't the one. I can't do it. I can't. I cannot. All of a sudden, while we're like rummaging through our stuff, the number grows. Like something ain't right. Something ain't right. There's more of us than I recall. You know, and I'm starting to look around. I'm like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Who is that? Who is that?
Hey, hey.